I'm continuing the work on the stream dam and fish pond. Today, I'm pouring a platform along one side, with a sheltered space underneath where the fish can hide. In the last video, I gathered everything I needed: rough boards and timber strips from the sawmill, flat stones from the stream, and plenty of sand. I want to finish the pour today so the mortar can begin curing. First, I build the wooden form and secure every support post. The mortar, rebar, and surface stones will make this small platform surprisingly heavy. If the form collapses, I'll have to start again. Because the platform follows an irregular shoreline, I'm using rough-sawn boards instead of full sheets of construction plywood. They're easier to shape around the bank and also less expensive. I leave openings around the existing brick pillars so the new mortar can bond directly to them, tying the platform and supports into one solid structure. Once the form is finished, I wash away the sawdust and clean the surface. A simple wooden deck would actually look beautiful here, but constant sun and rain would shorten its life. I also bring back 2 loads of small leftover stones from a friend's renovation project. Then I collect discarded stone offcuts from a local yard. These pieces will become spacers underneath the rebar, keeping the steel raised inside the concrete. I seal the outer edge with narrow strips so wet mortar cannot escape during the pour. I also buy a small amount of rebar. The platform will normally carry only 1 or 2 people, so it doesn't need heavy reinforcement. Still, using a little steel is much safer than using none at all. After tying the rebar together, I lift it slightly with stone spacers. The steel must be completely surrounded by mortar, otherwise, it could be exposed after the form is removed and begin to rust. I also block every gap along the inside edge with small stones so the wet mix cannot leak through. With the form and reinforcement finally ready, I start mixing the mortar. This platform may look small, but it takes much more material than expected to pour it properly. For the surface, I set flat stones collected from the stream into the fresh mortar. They help the new platform blend naturally into the landscape. I alternate between pouring and placing stones, which makes the work easier and gives me a short break whenever mixing the mortar becomes tiring. Just before the platform is finished, rain begins to fall. I keep working and complete the pour in one continuous layer to avoid weak joints. Finishing it despite the rain feels especially rewarding. The stream pond has already become a natural playground for the gosling, and it has grown quite a bit. I paused the project for a few days because of a family celebration, but now I'm back at work. The path I built earlier has a fish shelter underneath. Today, I'm clearing the area at the far end to create a small fishing platform. It's covered in weeds that can hide snakes and insects, and the loose bank could slide during heavy rain. Once the ground is level and covered with stream stones, visitors will have a safe place to fish when the pond is stocked. I also raised the stone border using the sand, rocks, and mortar left from the earlier work. With the materials already on site, this part moves much faster. After raising the border, I continue leveling the platform by moving soil from the high spots into the low areas. That will reduce the amount of mortar needed when I add the final pebble surface. Once the ground is even, I test the pond with water and wet the concrete path so it can cure without cracking. Rainwater from the hillside naturally gathers here and forms a small channel leading toward the dam. While digging, I uncover a badly weathered tree root. I wash it off and keep it in case it can be reused later. After compacting the platform, I can no longer throw stones down from above without damaging the smooth ground. So I cut several bamboo poles and try to build a simple chute for moving bags of stone downhill. The bamboo chute doesn't work as expected, probably because I used too few poles. Of all the stone bags, only one follows the track. I embed several short pipe sleeves along the outer edge, making it much easier to add a railing later. Before pouring the next section, I build the drainage channel first. During heavy rain, runoff from the hillside flows through here into the stream dam. A stone curb guides the water and keeps it from washing across the platform.